Good evening. I'm Dr. Subbarao. Welcome you all for today's presentation on developing interpersonal communication skills. To develop interpersonal communication skills, we should understand what are interpersonal communication. The interpersonal communication starts when we are infants. Even before birth, we start listening. That is the way of communication before birth and after birth. The communication from the child to the mother and mother to the child is entirely non-verbal communication. In that, you can see the child communicates with smiles, or his cries will make the mother understand his pain or happiness, and accordingly she acts to it. The important thing here is, for so many problems the child communicates with the cry only, but still the mother, the care she gives to understand the child's problem and how she reacts, that is very crucial to learn from this example. So we should have understanding towards the other person who is speaking to us, and we should have empathy to understand his pain or his way of communication, what exactly he wants to say to us. The child, after talking to the mother in non-verbal communication, when he or she learns to speak, then he starts communication with the family members. That is the second level of interpersonal communication. And then when he goes to the school, he talks to his peers, and then whether it can be informal talk during the play or games, etc., or even in parties also, he communicates with other uh, people from the school. When he comes to the college or the university, or even in the industry, workplace or organization, there will be a team communication. He works in teams. That communication is entirely different from the other types of communication which I have already told. So the efficiency of communicating in a diverse team is much important, is very important for the industry or the organizations, business organizations altogether. How to develop such skills? Whether these skills are natural, or can we develop them by giving training, or can we enhance these skills? Yes, the good news is we can nurture, we can improve these skills. Everybody can improve their own skills, even though they are default by nature. So we have to understand that these skills are inherent to us, inbuilt to us by default. We have to make them evolve over a period of time. One of these skills is verbal and non-verbal communication, which is automatically there in our lives, but still we have to enhance its effectiveness and efficiency for making our interpersonal communication skills work for us. Closing the loop, that is giving the feedback when you are talking or when you are listening. Both ways, the feedback is very important, because when you are talking, you should take the feedback and act accordingly. When you are a listener, you should give a feedback to the person who is speaking. Then he can correct himself, or he can respond, or you can better communicate your problem with the speaker. So the feedback loop is very important in effective interpersonal communication skill. Understanding, we should understand the person who is in a particular situation or who is from a different culture, what is he going on with. We should understand them better, then we can understand what they are saying. Okay, many people communicate depending on their moods, so we should understand the mood of the person who is trying to communicate with us, then we can really grasp what exactly he wants to say. Otherwise many people stumble while saying when they are in a bad mood. Empathy, we should have empathy and understanding to get what exactly they want to communicate with us. For that, we need active listening. You remember that example, right? The mother is very keenly observing this child to understand what exactly he wants to communicate non-verbally. So that much care, that much focus and attention is required to understand, empathize with the speaker. Then we will have a clear clarity of the content which he wants to communicate to us. Then we can act upon that. Then we can reflect upon that. We should also know whether he is an introvert or extrovert, based on which our communication pattern should be designed. And even we should know whether we are introverts or extroverts, and we should be communicating to the other person by understanding whether we are introverts or extroverts and the other person is an introvert or extrovert, based on which our communication plan should go ahead. And even the social intelligence, we should understand the differences, we should respect them, we should adapt to different situations, we should get into other people's shoes, and we should understand their views, we should respect different ideas when you are working with different people from different backgrounds altogether. That is social intelligence. And how we are perceiving others, other people's opinions, how you are accepting them, that is social intelligence, which is very very crucial in uh, in modern days like this. The emotional intelligence, as I have already told, our communication is fairly dependent on our moods. So when we have positive vibes, we communicate very positively and it reaches the audience very effectively. When we are in bad mood, we won't be talking properly, we won't be using the correct words, and the communication disrupts. So it gets disturbed because of the emotions which are going on in our mind. So we should have enough emotional intelligence, we should stay neutral, calm, composed, then we will become an effective communicator and we can have interpersonal communication skills enhanced. Social media is another important factor, important platform for us to experiment on our interpersonal communication skills, and we can enhance our skills like anything by using the social media platforms. By understanding and using and enhancing these skills, finally, our goal is to improve upon the interdepartmental communication and coordination, whether it is academia or industry or business organizations, all through. We should come above the departmental communication level, we should go beyond departmental communication, that is interdepartmental communication and coordination, which is very, very important, especially when you are working in a cross functional team. So across the departments, across the functions, how we are breaking the functional silos and coming out of that to communicate with other people. Again, it is a connected to our social intelligence, and that is how we decide how good we are in a team. Whether you are a team player or team leader, you should have these skills inbuilt within you. They should be very smoothly integrated in your DNA, right? So that is how we can expect cooperation from different people for the organization's goal or team's goals or an individual's goal at large. So finally, we should understand that even though the cooperation is there, even though the competition is there, still the communication, the interpersonal communication skill forms the base for all such things which are required in the present day context. So, with this positive note of enhancing our interpersonal skills through focusing on understanding empathy, active listening, etc., let us all strive for a good uh, interpersonal communication skill professional. Thank you so much. Namaste.